In an age shrouded by the mists of time, when kingdoms were forged by steel and magic, a great war raged, threatening to tear the continent asunder. This is the tale of Elias, the Lionheart Knight, and Lyra, the Starlight Healer, whose destinies collided amidst the thunder of battle, igniting a legend that would echo through eternity. Our story begins in the kingdom of Eldoria, a land of towering spires and proud traditions, now locked in a bitter conflict with the mystical realm of Silverwood. Elias, a captain of the Eldorian Royal Guard, was known for his unwavering courage and a sword that danced like a silver flame. His loyalty was to his king, his duty to his people. But beneath the hardened steel of his armor beat a heart weary of the endless bloodshed. He fought not for glory, but for a swift end to the suffering he witnessed daily. Across the contested border, in the enchanted forests of Silverwood, lived Lyra. She was a healer of extraordinary power, her touch capable of mending the deepest wounds, and her spirit attuned to the life force of the land. She didn't wield a sword, but the ancient magic that flowed through her veins was a force more potent than any blade. Lyra saw the war as a sickness, a blight upon the natural world, and she dedicated herself to healing all who suffered, regardless of the banner they carried. Their paths were destined to cross on the blood-soaked fields of the Whispering Plains, the site of the war's most brutal battle. The air was thick with the clash of swords and the roar of magical fire. Elias, leading a desperate charge, was struck by a cursed arrow, its dark magic searing through his veins, threatening to consume him. He fell, his strength fading, the sounds of battle growing distant. As darkness closed in, a soft light pierced the chaos. It was Lyra. Drawn by the cry of a life force in peril, she had braved the front lines. Kneeling beside the fallen knight, she ignored the Eldorian sigil on his armor. She saw only a life teetering on the brink. Her hands glowed with a gentle, silvery light as she drew the poison from his wound, her own energy waning as she fought the potent curse. When Elias awoke, the battle had subsided, and he found himself in a hidden grove, the scent of herbs and starlight in the air. The healer who had saved him was gone, leaving only the memory of her ethereal light. Haunted by the vision of his mysterious savior, Elias began to question the war and the king he served. He sought her out, venturing into the neutral territories that lay between their kingdoms. He found her by a moonlit stream, her face illuminated by the same soft glow that had pulled him from the abyss. Their first meeting was tense, a knight and a healer from opposing sides, a chasm of war between them. But, as they spoke, they discovered a shared longing for peace, a mutual respect for life that transcended their loyalties. Their secret meetings became a sanctuary from the madness of the world. Under the canopy of ancient trees and starlit skies, they shared their hopes and fears. Elias spoke of the honor and duty that bound him, and the growing conflict within his soul. Lyra revealed the deep connection she felt to the world, the pain she endured with every tree felled, every life lost. In each other's company, they found not an enemy, but a kindred spirit. A fragile love began to bloom, a single flower of hope in a barren wasteland of war. They knew their love was a dangerous secret. To be discovered would mean death for him and exile for her. Yet, they couldn't stay away from each other. They began to work together in secret, using their unique positions to de-escalate conflicts, to save lives on both sides. Elias would steer his patrols away from Silverwood settlements, while Lyra would use her knowledge of the land to guide lost soldiers back to safety, preventing needless skirmishes. They were two small sparks of peace, trying to start a fire of reconciliation. But the gears of war are relentless. The kings, blinded by pride and ambition, planned a final, cataclysmic battle at the Shadowfang Pass, a confrontation that would annihilate one side or the other. Elias and Lyra knew this battle would destroy everything they held dear, including the fragile hope for their future. They had to do something drastic, to stop the tide of hatred. Their plan was desperate and fraught with peril. They decided to make a stand, not with swords or magic of destruction, but with an act of ultimate sacrifice that neither side could ignore. On the eve of the battle, as the two massive armies gathered, a strange stillness fell over the valley. At the center of the pass, where the two forces would meet, stood Elias and Lyra, hand in hand. They were not dressed for battle, but in simple clothes, a symbol of the people caught between the warring factions. Using their combined energies, Lyra drew upon the life force of the land, while Elias channeled his indomitable spirit, his life's essence. A brilliant column of light erupted from them, a beacon of pure energy that soared into the heavens. It was not a weapon, but a manifestation of their love and their desperate plea for peace. The light washed over the armies, a warm, overwhelming wave. In that light, the soldiers didn't see enemies. They saw the faces of their sons, their fathers, their neighbors. They felt the pain of the land, the sorrow of the war, and the profound power of the love that fueled the beacon. The magic they unleashed was immense, a force beyond what their mortal forms could contain. As the light reached its zenith, their physical bodies dissolved, becoming one with the brilliant energy they had summoned. They sacrificed themselves, not to win the war, but to end it. The effect was immediate and profound. The soldiers, stunned and humbled, lowered their weapons. The kings, witnessing the impossible, felt the weight of their folly. The light that had been Elias and Lyra did not fade. It settled over the valley, transforming the barren, war-torn pass into a lush grove, where a new, radiant tree grew, its leaves shimmering with silver and gold light. The war ended that day. The two kingdoms, shamed and inspired by the ultimate sacrifice, brokered a lasting peace. The Shadowfang Pass was renamed the Lovers' Grove, and it became a sacred place of pilgrimage, a testament to the knight and the healer who taught the world that love is a greater force than hatred. And so, the legend of Elias and Lyra was forged. A story not of conquest, but of connection. Not of clashing steel, but of joined hands. A tale that reminds us that even in the darkest of times, in the heart of the most devastating conflict, a love can blossom that is powerful enough to heal a broken world and outlast war itself. Their story is whispered on the wind, carried in the songs of bards, and forever written in the stars. It is the legend of a love that became a legacy of peace. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you were moved by the tale of Elias and Lyra, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more epic stories, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, may you find peace and love in your own story.